Yes, Evangelist B. I have arrived again today. I promise you that whenever I see anything bothering, I will come and air my view. My platform is a platform for general phenomenons, daily events, daily happenings, the things that matters or concern humanity. And I promise you that I'll be discussing it, both politics, religion, and ethics and science in this very platform. I want to pass a message across to the church. My message today to the Christians in diaspora that are Biafrans, to the Christians that are in Biafra land, the eastern part of Nigeria, all the Biafran Christians, their pastors, their evangelists, their bishops, their deacons and deaconess, the traditionalists, the herbalists. Mostly today's message, let me not call herbalists and traditionalists. My message is in particular to the church. I don't want to talk about herbalists or traditionalists. This message is for the church or anybody who claims to be a Christian or born again. I want to remind us something, because history always be an example of what the future could be. History, listen to me again. History is a mirror or a glass to see the future. Without the history of the past, we are blind, completely blind. I foresee what will happen in the future in Biafra land, and I want to pass my message across to all the pastors, ministers, men of God in the land Biafra or those in diaspora, Christians, the body of Christ. We create problem for ourselves, and when we create this problem, we say, some people will stupidly say it's the will of God. Some people will see that God is punishing us. Remember a place called Antioch in olden days in European territory, today called Turkey, Antioch. Remember, they are 99% Christian before, but today they are Muslim. Why? Because the Christians only focus in prayer, reading of the Bible, communicating with the Holy Ghost, but forgetting the needful. What is the needful? The daily happening, the daily phenomenon, the thing, the daily events. They don't think about it. They want to go to heaven. Everybody wants to go to heaven. I want to make fast 7 days a week. I want to be spiritual. I want to communicate with God. Or if I go to the daily event and begin to talk about daily event, it will distract me from God. Suddenly, the nation overwhelmingly be taken by the devil. And there is no Christianity today. If there is Christianity, 2% in Turkey, former Antioch, during the time of ministry of the Paul the Apostle. So what I say, I foresee something in the future. Let me say, no, it's something that will be in the future. It's not past tense. I foresee something that will happen in Biafra land in the future. I foresee persecution of the church in the future. because of the nonchalant attitude of the church. I foresee the diminution of the gospel in Biafra land in the future because of the stupidity of the so-called men and women of God. I foresee Judaism taking hold of Biafra land in the future. It is not that these 3 points are the will of God, but the point is that the Christians are not doing the needful now to prevent this dangerous trend that I foresee that the Christian is going into. The church should be an example in whatever that is happening in the society. We should look Antioch as an example. You exempt yourself in politics, you exempt yourself in local meeting, you exempt yourself in communal meeting. You are isolating yourself. So long as we are here on earth, these 3 things I mentioned is a necessity. You cannot do without it. If you do without it, you'll be diminished. I give you another example. Ireland was once a strong Catholic base in Europe. A strong Catholic base in Europe. Today, 8% of Irish people don't enter Catholic Church. When you ask them, they say, the priest rape, the priest rip off, collect money from us. The priest committed so many atrocities. Is it lie? It is not lie, it's the truth. Today, the Catholic Church is dead in this state completely. People don't go to church and they don't talk about church. I foresee it going to happen in the future in Biafra land. Why? Church is a communal area, a community place where people that are vulnerable are going to receive hope, confidence, and charity supply to live, to get hope. But church is not doing that. Church is not doing that. Church is a place when famine, death, killing in the name of terrorism is increasing in the society, church will become a defense force to embrace the society, to give confidence to the people, to motivate the people, to support the people. But the church in Biafra land is not doing it. I foresee that in the future, if you come out in Biafra land and say you are a Christian, born again Christian, people will nearly stone you to death. That is what I'm foreseeing right now. The message I bring across is for the Christians, for the church, because we misinterpret the Bible, we misunderstood the Bible. When Jesus was during the time of his ministry, he go to community by community, interact with the people to know the mind of people, to feel the emotions and sympathy and empathy of people, to know what is bothering them. Then he will pass the message across. I just want to tell you that what is happening in Ireland today, that people doesn't go to church. You see cathedral everywhere. Go to on Sunday. You see 3 people coming out from a whole big cathedral. Where am I going? In the Bible, if you read the book of Exodus, Deuteronomy, if you read the book of Joshua, there were 12 tribes that make up Israel. The land that God promised them, I just want to remind the church, the land that God promised them, nobody take any land without going to fight for that land. You cannot take any land. Moses said it, pump and clear, that if you do want a place for your family, you know, the tribe we are talking is the family, 12 families that make this 12 tribe. If you want a settlement for your people, for your family to take a land, you must go, mobilize from 20 years up. Let them go to war and fight and get this freedom. If you refuse, you become a woodpecker, a slave. You have no inheritance. This is initiative of God. So, that you are seeing Jesus or seeing Holy Ghost does not exempt you to go and fight for freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is putting this notice that if you don't fight for this freedom, you will not enjoy it. It is biblical. I am quoting it for you. The reason why Ananias and Sapphira, the husband and the wife, died, they agreed as a community of brethren. They want to contribute. Some people have sold their land, bring it completely the way it is, and they share it. They now separated themselves, divided their own, take some part and bring some part. They did not say, okay, we took some part because this land belongs to us. This is the much we want to present to the public. They lied. They died. It is in the New Testament you are reading. So, Biafrans or Biafran struggle, you exempt yourself, you don't want to involve. Remember, I want to remind you, Marcus Tullius Cicero of Rome said, silence is another art. Art means A-R-A-R-T. Another art of conversation. That means silence is another form of action taken. I agree with whatever you people said. So when Nnamdi Kanu is saying that those who did not participate in the freedom will not enjoy the freedom, they refuse to participate. Go to the Bible that I made. Deuteronomy, Exodus, Joshua. These are the parts where they talk about land and how they share the land, promised land that God gave to them. If you do not participate, you are not going to enjoy it. They might give you a condition in your church, how you're going to run the church in that land. You cannot say no. They might tax you 60-70% of anything you get in the church, and they say it will not be a charity organization anymore. You will not say no. They might say that you cannot register your church, and you cannot say no, because according to Marcus Tullius Cicero, silence is another art of conversation. You have spoken to this leader that whatever you say, your silence says, I agree with you. Please come and join us. And you say you are not going to join, that whatever you want to do. Let me tell you, some of us, even the people in diaspora, say, oh, can he tell me not to come back into my father's land? He's not telling you that it was done in Czech Republic. Completely. Some people say, we go to United Nations. This United Nations was there. The United Nations expect you to fight and defend your fatherland. You are not doing it. What has the United Nations done in Nigeria? That Buhari is killing you, killing me, killing our brothers? Nothing. It's a sovereign state. They can't do nothing. Now, the only genocide that will make them to interfere, which is genocide have been committed, but because of oil in Nigeria, they are keeping complaisance to it. Now, I mentioned earlier that church should be a base whereby people who are vulnerable should get hope. We have churches that have thousands of members. They are owned by Biafrans. These churches should be a base for contribution to support the Biafran cause. Because, like I said, the daily events affect every individual. Not Nnamdi Kanu, not only me, not you, everybody. Fulani herdsmen, military, Nigerian government have already infiltrated these guys and give them gun, give them uniform. They started in Benin, dropping uniform, dropping gun and to them, and they are picking it and wearing it. They carry hillocks. Nobody knows who they are. They come and whisk somebody away and they go and kill you. You are a church, a pastor of a church. You keep quiet. What type of human being are you? You are a priest. You keep quiet. What type of evil are you? You are a Christian. You are living in diaspora. You said he cannot tell me to go back to my father's land. Which is your father's land? The one that is occupied almost now. The one that if without them, if they keep quiet, will you ever come back to your father's land again? So I said, the church is the place where majority of vulnerable people, the most populist, where they gather. They have much members that can finance and support, whether open or secret or whatever underground. You cannot exempt yourself. I have revealed the secret. This is what I foresee in the future that will happen to the church. When it happened, this video will remain there. And it will be a witness against any man of God, against any pastor, against any priest, any prophet that will come up to challenge the government in the future. Start challenging the government right now. Start challenging Buhari and tell them that Sharia is not going to work. If not, if you chum in Biafra land, I said it, if I became the prime minister of Biafra in the future, I believe in God, it will happen. I would demolish many churches, notwithstanding that I'm a believer. We are not animals, we are human beings. God gave us brain to reason with the brain, to think. The thinking faculty he gave us to distinguish between good and evil, between bad and good. If we fail to make use of the senses that God gave to us. I want to remind you again, the children of Israel were also praying through Moses and praying themselves in general. But God said to Moses, any man want to settle, he should go over. Just point a particular city and tribe of people, ungodly people, of this nation that I have said it belongs to me and giving it to my children. Let them go and fight for it. Clinton, former president of America, said freedom is not for free. 1994. Vividly, I heard him when he came to Nigeria. Nigeria was clamoring and saying America should come and help us. That time, corruption that we have that time is angel of God. That corruption as that time is God himself, is angel. It's now that we have the main Lucifer of corruption. That time, we are still in heaven. But Nigeria protests and say, come and help us. Clinton said, not 1994 is the time that he brought the Philip Emeagwari, telling Nigeria they have instruments they can work with. They have people they can use to develop them. But because he's from Igbo, they damn him. He said, freedom is not free. If you want freedom, you have to start fighting yourself. Because you can't be sleeping. Writing letter to United Nations. Writing letter to American president, British president to come and fight for you. You are mad. You are mad. You can't be sleeping and you telling God to come and fight for you. Why you read from Genesis to Malachi, which is the last page of the Old Testament, you see that children of Israel, before they settle and have their peace and have their freedom, that they fought for it. God did not come from heaven to fight for them. God told them, go and fight. If you don't fight, there was a time that even they seated at the mountain Sinai, around Mountain Sinai, and they were there like people who, so God said to Moses, why are you complaining to me? Tell these people they should bloody get up that place and begin to advance. Go and occupy the land. I have given it to you. We read the Bible. If you say the Old Testament, the New Testament told you not to put your hands into the freedom fighting, you should also tell us that a tithe that said in the Malachi, you are not supposed to be collecting tithe because it's in the Old Testament. So I want to finalize this thing. I want to say to all Christians, if you are in diaspora, there is an account, a foundation that IPOB, under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu, have opened. I know so many of you called me on the phone from time to time. So many people call me, how can I donate? Some people meet me on the road. They are not Igbo, they are not Nigeria, they are not Biafra. They say they want to donate. There is an account right now, a foundation, official government-approved foundation for Biafran freedom have been established. Pastor, reverend, bishop, prophet, deacon, deaconess, Christians, begin to participate. Please, Joseph and Mary in the New Testament, this one now is not in the Old Testament. Ana Toto. He left where they live and went to do what the community is doing. All these things are examples that we must follow in the Bible. Why are we so stupid? Oh, I don't have what I'm doing, but you are still eating today. You are still getting 1 naira. You are still getting 2 naira. People can give you money. You are still living. Why not make a little contribution? If you want the account number, again, you tell me, inbox me in my messenger, I will copy it and put it for you. Nobody is supposed to exempt himself from the freedom fighting. This is my message to the church. The church is moving in a trend that is very dangerous, that in the future, the church will diminish in Biafra land. Because on daily basis, people are losing confidence in the church. Every day if I open my radio, I see Radio Biafra, people crying and talking bitterly about the church. Do you know what is going on in that radio? Do you know what they are doing? Just complain. Do you know what it's doing? It's changing the orientation and the mindset of the people. That's what we call in political science. That's what we call social engineering. Repetition, they have radio station, they have television station, and they are saying it. Even some people who are members of your church will be reasoning. People who are reasonable will be thinking that this thing that these people are saying is the truth. Some people might not have boldness to quit from your church. Some people will quit. Some people will remain because of the influence you have planted into them. But let me tell you, as long as this system, Radio Biafra, is concerned, it's a Radio Biafra is a social engineering to bring the mindset of our people out from Yoruba churches and Nigerian politics and Yoruba entanglement that we have entangled ourselves. They are breaking the yoke of discord that people have been planted between the South and the South, the so-called South side, Calabar, this and that. They created social engineering against the Igbos. But Radio Biafra is restoring it back. I am seeing it. I just want to bring this information to the church, to the Christians. If you are in diaspora, do not say I don't want you. If you want that account, let me know. Connect me with the messenger. I will copy it and paste it for you, any amount. Put it there. It is the will of God. When death is coming to a society, that we rally around, put hands together, make every effort. Any channel you know you can use as a support to the struggle, because this is between life and death. And God is a preserver of life. God is not the author of confusion. That you see something that is detrimental, they are haunting our people, they are killing people. The Fulani herdsmen go into the bush now. When you plant something, they use machete, cut it, they put nama to eat it up. This is the system they have brought. Those are our leaders. We are going to their meeting, political meetings. What are they doing right now? You see the system they are using. They push nama into your farm. They clear it, they use knife, cut it. They put fears into the life of people. And people are no longer going to farm. There will be famine in Igbo land. That you are a pastor, you are a prophet, that you are a minister of God, that you are hearing from God. Go and ask God. If you are doubting me, if God will tell you that you don't need to support these people, let us not mislead ourselves. The church will have problem in Biafra land in the future. I am saying it. And this is where I'm going to stop this message today. Please, this message, basically, I'm going to put it in the Facebook because I need multitude of people around the globe. I want people to watch this message. This is my message to the church, to the Christians that are exempting themselves in their responsibilities. Security and freedom of our land is general, communal responsibilities, not for one man. And this is your brother Evangelist B from the Republic of Ireland. If you watch this video in Facebook, please make it go viral. This is my message to the church. If you watch it in the YouTube, please share it as well and subscribe. If you like this video, give me a thumb up. Please, that the work that I'm doing, I will continue to talk. I say it, I will touch politics, ethics, religion, and all general phenomena, so that we can talk sense and bring insight to our people. Do not forget to press the notification bell that is like hash in color and like heart, so that when I get new update, you'll be able to get it. Please pass this message. Press the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel. This is your brother Evangelist B from the Republic of Ireland. Remain blessed. See you on the next episode.